Instability is the ability of air to rise on its own. And this comes from another basic tenet of meteorology that states that warmer air tends to rise while colder air tends to sink. And so the way we can build instability in a given environment is to warm up the air at the surface to make it warmer than its surroundings. And when the air is warmer than its surroundings, it will have a tendency to be able to rise on its own. There are a number of ways we can actually achieve this. The first is through the sun. When the sun is shining on the morning or afternoon of a severe weather event, that allows the air at the surface to warm to a point at which it becomes warmer than the surrounding environment, and then it can rise on its own.
We're giving away a 2027 Storm Chasing Tour seat for free. That's a $5,400 value. Join our Discord community to enter. Link in the description.
The second way to do this is to transport warmer air into a region from elsewhere. So in our previous section on moisture, we talked about how that air mass that sits over the Gulf is consistent with higher dew points. That air mass is also a lot warmer. So ahead of these severe weather events, as that air mass gets transported inland into the United States, that air mass is much warmer and more moist than the air that was basically sitting there over the plains or wherever previously. So that allows the low levels in the air near the surface to warm up, become warmer than the surroundings, and be able to rise on its own as well. The third way we can achieve this is to transport colder air aloft. So the middle portion and the upper portion of the atmosphere, we can transport colder air from another region into a given region. That allows instability to build as well, because we can assume that it stays the same temperature. But if you make the air just above that colder, that allows the air at the surface to be warmer than the environment and rise on its own. We keep talking about the surface, but really this does apply to the entire atmosphere. We want the air at every level of the atmosphere to be able to rise on its own, or air from the surface to continue to rise on its own throughout the entire atmosphere. That means that the atmosphere is fully unstable, which can allow for storms to really tap into the environment in full and become their most robust. So those are really the main mechanisms that allow us to build instability in a given environment. And oftentimes in many severe weather setups, you'll see many of these mechanisms occurring at once, and that allows instability to build and build over a period of time during a given day for the environment and storms to act upon that instability later on in the day. Our main measure of instability is called CAPE, which stands for Convective Available Potential Energy. CAPE is our main measure of instability, and the more CAPE you have, the more unstable the environment is. And just for some general guidelines, severe weather events can operate with CAPE on the order of 200, 300, 400, 500 joules per kilogram. CAPE is a measure of energy per unit mass, so joules per kilogram.
Remember to check out those links in the description below, and then watch another video.